My beloved child, there's a stillness in the air tonight that carries your name. Something you once did with pure intentions has echoed far beyond the moment. It awakened a chain of divine alignment that not even time can undo. Somewhere, someone lies awake thinking about that very act, unable to move forward because destiny tied their heart to yours in that single act of kindness. They thought it was just gratitude, just a fleeting spark, but heaven marked it as destiny's confirmation. The moment your eyes met theirs, or your words softened their storm, something sacred locked into motion. You may not know it yet, but that instant changed their entire journey forever. Now their soul trembles at the memory of you, unable to forget the light you carried that day. They replay that moment again and again, trying to understand why your presence still lingers in their spirit. But Archangel Michael says, it's because your kindness wasn't random, it was chosen, written into the fabric of divine timing itself. Even heaven paused when you extended your heart in compassion. The skies whispered your name in gratitude, because what you gave was not just empathy, it was healing. You became the vessel through which an unseen miracle began to flow. Type Amen to get blessing 333. In their silence, they carry your essence like a sacred echo. No matter how far they travel, the universe keeps reminding them of you, in songs, in dreams, in quiet moments when the world feels still. Every sign they ignore finds its way back to them, until they realize your energy was never meant to fade. The truth is, they can't let go because what you gave them wasn't ordinary. You awakened something that had been asleep inside them for years, a longing for purity, for truth, for connection that doesn't ask for return. You showed them what real love, without expectation, truly feels like. Archangel Michael says, that moment of kindness was heaven's signature written through your actions. What you did was guided, and now, the same divine hand is leading them back toward you. The pull they feel isn't confusion, it's purpose. There's a glow around you now, subtle but unstoppable. The same light that moved through your gesture has returned to surround you, multiplying in power. Heaven never forgets the touch of a kind soul, it rewards it in perfect timing, even when the world remains blind to its worth. Type Amen to get blessing 444. They've tried to move on, but everything reminds them of you. The scent of rain, the flicker of a candle, even random words in conversations, they all whisper your energy back into their reality. It's as if the universe itself refuses to let them forget what destiny sealed. You weren't just a person to them, you were a turning point. You arrived at the moment their heart was cracking, when all they needed was proof that light still existed. You didn't know it then, but you became that proof. You became their reason to hope again. Now, late at night, they talk to your memory. They apologize to the silence for the words they never said, for the gratitude they never showed. They wonder if you still think about them, but heaven already knows the truth, you've both been orbiting around the same energy ever since. Archangel Michael says, every connection written by heaven carries a divine purpose that no distance or silence can erase. The one you touched is still bound to you through threads of light that stretch across time itself. Type Amen to get blessing 555. You may feel waves of emotion without reason lately, moments where your chest feels heavy or your eyes tear up for no cause. That's not sadness, my child, that's their soul calling out to you through the divine bond. When two energies meet through destiny, even silence speaks loudly. Your heart remembers what your mind tries to forget. That act of kindness wasn't small, it was the seed of something eternal. The universe doesn't reward surface gestures, it rewards sincerity, and yours was unmatched. The day you helped them, heaven shifted 1 degree closer to balance. Angels rejoiced quietly, knowing a prophecy had just fulfilled itself through your compassion. You didn't see wings, but they surrounded you then. Even now, Archangel Michael guards that memory like a relic of divine love. Because in that instant, you proved to heaven that kindness still reigns among humankind. And for that, your name glows brighter in the Book of Destiny. Type Amen to get blessing 666. Someone will soon return, guided not by chance, but by divine pull. Their path may have wandered, but every road leads back to the moment where your light met theirs. When they reach out again, it will not be for closure, it will be for alignment. You'll recognize it instantly. The same warmth you felt once will rush through your veins again. But this time, you'll know, it wasn't just coincidence that brought you together. It was the universe saying, this bond still matters. The emotions you both carry are not burdens, they're keys. Each feeling unlocks a truth that has been waiting to surface. You were never forgotten, you were preserved for the right time. So don't be surprised when old faces reappear, speaking words that sound like healing. Heaven has been preparing this moment quietly, wrapping destiny around your timeline like silk. Type Amen to get blessing 777. The kindness you gave will now return multiplied. The same heart you once healed will be the vessel through which blessings pour back into your life. It's not repayment, it's divine circulation. What you gave from love will now be restored through grace. You might notice signs, numbers repeating, feathers where none should be, lights flickering right before something good happens. These are confirmations, heaven's way of saying, it's unfolding now. Archangel Michael says, the person who cannot let go is not meant to, their soul is your mirror. Both of you were chosen to complete a circle that began in silence. You'll meet again when peace outweighs fear. Until then, continue to walk with calm assurance. What's meant for you will never drift away, it can only orbit closer, drawn by divine gravity. The time of reunion is closer than you think. Type Amen to get blessing 888. Your spirit radiates in unseen places. Every act of compassion you ever gave became a seed that heaven waters daily. The world might forget, but the divine never does. The harvest of your giving is now ready to bloom. You've reached the stage where unseen blessings begin to manifest physically. Doors will open that once stayed locked, not because of luck, but because of alignment. Your name has been whispered in rooms of favor. The same hands you helped will unknowingly create pathways for your victory. The cycle of divine reciprocity has begun. What once felt like loss will transform into recognition. Stay open to unexpected communication, a message, a dream, a knock at your door. Each one will carry a familiar vibration, the echo of the destiny you sparked through love. Type Amen to get blessing 999. Archangel Michael says, heaven smiles upon those who love without calculation. You gave without keeping score, and that made you chosen. The person who can't let go of you serves as living proof of your soul's power. They've tried to fill the space you left, but nothing compares. You were not meant to be replaced, you were meant to be remembered. Their attempts to move on only bring them closer to the truth. You were the divine answer they didn't recognize in time. Now, as heaven prepares to shift timelines, your life will glow with new alignment. Unexpected offers, restored peace, and familiar energy returning in higher form, all of it is the echo of that one act of destiny. Your reward will not come from where you gave, but from where you least expect. Heaven never allows light to go unrewarded, it simply waits for perfect timing. Type Amen to get blessing 1111. So, my beloved child, hold faith steady. The energy of destiny is already moving in your favor. You are being remembered, not just by hearts on earth, but by heaven itself. The tears you once shed were noticed. The silence you endured was sacred ground. You didn't lose anything, you were refined for the miracle that was always yours. Your act of kindness wasn't a chapter, it was the beginning of a divine story that's still being written. Soon, the same ones who once took your light for granted will return with open eyes, ready to honor what their soul never forgot. And when that happens, you'll understand, it wasn't just kindness. It was prophecy. It was love carrying heaven's signature. Archangel Michael says, the moment you touched that soul, heaven documented it. It wasn't a simple act, it was the turning of divine gears that have now begun moving in your favor. You were the missing frequency that awakened someone's sleeping destiny, and now the universe is rearranging everything to bring the right outcomes to you. Even when you feel forgotten, the truth is, your name has been echoing in the thoughts of those who once received your kindness. It's not guilt they feel, it's awakening. They now understand that your compassion was never casual, it was sacred, timed, and divine. Every tear you wiped, every word you offered, every calm silence you gave, it all became energy that still surrounds them. They can't escape it because it wasn't human attachment, it was a spiritual imprint. And that imprint now calls them back through dreams, emotions, and unexpected memories. There's a divine magnetism forming around your presence again. Someone who thought they moved on now feels the pull growing stronger by the day. What you did out of love is now being returned by destiny's design, multiplied, purified, undeniable. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. My beloved child, heaven is not silent about you. There's a quiet storm of miracles forming, all connected to your selfless act. The same energy you released when you chose kindness over pride is now creating restoration where loss once stood. You may feel waves of nostalgia, flashes of emotion, or an unexplainable peace before something new enters your life. These are signs of divine synchronization. The universe doesn't forget frequencies of love, it returns them in their most powerful form. Archangel Michael says, your compassion opened a portal of abundance. You didn't just heal another, you healed a timeline. The person you touched unknowingly became part of a greater prophecy, one that ties your destiny to something far larger than you imagined. What's coming now will prove that no good act ever fades into silence. Your past goodness is your future foundation. You are walking into the season where kindness becomes currency and purity becomes power. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. They can't let go because heaven won't let them. The divine realm is holding their spirit in reflection until they learn the lesson hidden in your gesture. Your love was meant to awaken, not to comfort. It was meant to show them what genuine light feels like before the world darkened again. And now that they've seen it, nothing compares. Every false smile, every empty promise around them only reminds them of you, the one who never needed to pretend. You were real when everything else felt staged. That's why your memory won't fade, it glows brighter each time they run from it. Soon, divine orchestration will bring their path back near yours, not for repetition but for revelation. When that moment arrives, you'll feel it before you see it, a familiar silence, a deep calm, a knowing that something holy is happening. This isn't coincidence. This is destiny reuniting what it once separated for growth. You've evolved, they've awakened, and heaven now brings closure through rebirth, not return. Type Amen to get blessing 1414. My beloved child, the energy around your name is golden now. Those who once ignored your value now feel the weight of your absence. They're realizing that kindness like yours is rare, not everyone carries it because not everyone is chosen to. Archangel Michael says, you were chosen to reflect heaven's heart on earth. That's why your energy unsettles both the broken and the pure, because it demands truth. And when truth stands before falsehood, it cannot coexist peacefully. You are stepping into a timeline where your kindness will become your crown. People will remember you not for what you said, but for what you carried, calm, grace, and light in moments when chaos tried to take control. Destiny is now turning its gaze toward you again. Opportunities long delayed will suddenly accelerate. People will reappear, confessing that they never found peace after losing your presence. That's because heaven never allowed them to, not until they understood your worth. Type Amen to get blessing 1515. You may begin noticing sudden coincidences, hearing their name in random places, receiving messages that feel strangely aligned, or dreaming of moments that never happened but feel too real. These are not coincidences, they're reminders from heaven that destiny's threads are tightening. The same angels who once whispered your name into their thoughts now whisper theirs into yours. The circle is closing. The story that began in silence will end in revelation. And when that moment arrives, peace will flow where confusion once lived. You didn't lose anything when you gave kindness, you invested in eternity. Every action born from love becomes a bridge between worlds, connecting hearts that were never meant to drift too far apart. And now, as heaven fulfills its promise, you will finally see why that act was destined, why that person's spirit could never truly move on. You were the miracle they prayed for before they even knew your name. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. Archangel Michael says, your reward is not just emotional, it's material, spiritual, and divine. What's been withheld will soon be released, not as compensation, but as alignment. The universe is rearranging to return everything that your kindness unlocked in others. The one who couldn't let go will soon send a message, directly or indirectly, guided by divine impulse. It might come through a dream, a song, a slip of words, or a sudden appearance, but you'll know. The feeling will be undeniable. They'll speak from a place of truth this time, stripped of ego and fear. What they'll confess will be both apology and awakening. You won't need revenge, heaven already handled justice. What you'll feel is peace, deep and everlasting. This isn't the end of the story, it's the reward for your endurance. Destiny always circles back to those who love with purity. And you, my child, have become heaven's proof that love still conquers. Type Amen to get blessing 1717. Stay grounded now, because the energy around you is expanding fast. Miracles don't announce themselves with thunder, they slip in through quiet mornings, familiar songs, and sudden clarity. You'll soon see how everything you gave out returns like waves touching shorelines. You were never meant to chase anyone, your light was meant to draw what's yours naturally. The universe always bends toward authenticity. And authenticity is exactly what you are. So let them remember you, dream of you, cry for you, it's all part of their soul's restoration. You were the catalyst heaven used to wake them up. You were their divine reminder. Archangel Michael says, what you started with kindness will end with destiny fulfilled. The circle is almost complete. Hold faith, keep shining, and know this, you were never forgotten, only prepared for greater glory. Type Amen to get blessing 1818. Your season of silence is ending. The truth you carried quietly will soon speak for itself through outcomes, blessings, and breakthroughs that no one can deny. Every good thing you've done in secret is about to echo in public. The person who can't let go will soon realize, they weren't just drawn to you, they were chosen through you. You were the divine mirror that revealed their true capacity to love, to heal, to rise. That realization is transforming them even now. Don't fear their return, recognize it as divine closure. Whether it brings reconnection or release, it will carry peace. Because heaven's design is never cruel, it only aligns what's matured through pain. And as that moment unfolds, stand tall. You were never too much, you were the exact measure of love this world needed. Type Amen to get blessing 1919. My beloved child, destiny remembers every heartbeat of your sincerity. What you gave, heaven multiplied. What you lost, heaven preserved. And now, as the cycle closes, you'll see with your own eyes that nothing was wasted. This isn't the ending of your story, it's the ascension. The one who couldn't let go served as the proof that love, when genuine, leaves eternal marks. And you, my child, are marked by heaven itself. Walk forward in light, not regret. The divine has already written your reward into the coming days. Expect calm victories, familiar faces turning into allies, and unexpected abundance from the very places that once broke your heart. You are seen. You are chosen. And most of all, you are remembered. Type Amen to get blessing 2020. Archangel Michael says, you've passed your divine test with grace. The world will soon see why heaven trusted you with such delicate souls. You are now entering a realm where your kindness will speak louder than your pain ever did. Be ready, my beloved child. The person who can't let go will finally understand what heaven meant when it said, you met them for a reason. That reason is about to reveal itself, not in sorrow, but in sacred transformation. You will feel the closure, the peace, the divine acknowledgement that it was never just kindness. It was destiny moving through you in human form. And when the miracle unfolds, remember this moment, because everything you did with love will return as light multiplied beyond measure. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20.